Hey, welcome back, Attack. I'm Sky, and if you ever watch the show BattleBots, then you're probably gonna love this game. This is Guns and Robots, and yeah, just like the name says, there are gonna be robots with guns. It's a arena third-person shooter, and it kind of feels like World of Tanks-ish, but with like really ridiculous maps, and you have a crazy amount of customization. All right, there's actually a little bit to this game, so let's go step by step. Let's talk about the bot customization, because that's kind of the selling point to this game. In Guns and Robots, you actually equip different guns, and you change the different parts to your robot, and it's really cool how you actually get these items. Now, the items seem pretty cheap. It's just like, you earn 200 gold a match, and some of these parts are less than 200 gold, so it should be easy. But when you actually get a part, you need to combine these parts with different parts to actually make a whole weapon or a whole chassis, and it's actually really exciting. It kind of has like this nice gating effect, I guess you could say. So new players can't just go and purchase all these epic items, and it kind of gives you like a feeling of true customization with your weapons, because then you can change different weapons. Like you can have a ray attachment with a revolver handle, so then you shoot it like a revolver, but it has a ray gun. Same thing with different items. If you want a machine gun that shoots maybe slower bullets but has more accuracy, you can change the handle with the different gun type that it is. They're the barrels. So that's a little bit exciting. You can do different heads. You also get hats in this game. Yay! Anyways, so overall, when you first start the game, it feels really cool, I think. The customization and everything wasn't too overwhelming, I have to say. I really did like that you have to equip different parts into these, like, chassis. You have to have different batteries, right? But the different batteries actually change how your robot functions. You can have either high energy capacity or have high energy regen. And you can change in between different batteries. You can have 2 different batteries in some chassis. Some chassis is just 1 battery. And it's just, that's really cool. It's a lot of customization. There's lots of different stats that you can have. And yeah, just the customization is really good, not even considering painting and then all the different crazy cosmetic stuff that you can put on. You can have 2 guns, you can have 4 guns, you have 4 different weapons. It's crazy. You have different wheels too, guys. Track wheels handle differently, and then you have hover wheels, and very similar to the game Robocraft, you're gonna have different kinds of vehicles or vehicular movement in this game. So you start the game and you have a default little robots here, but then you get these different items, and as you play the games, as you play the matches, you have to purchase these items, and you have to mix and match them right from the get-go, which I really like. That's what I'm talking about the gating. You're gated as a new player, and you're forced into experimentation. I like that. You can't just purchase a whole weapon. You have to purchase parts of weapons. That's freaking awesome. That's a really good idea, and I like that they did that in Robocraft as well. So, if you have hover vehicle or hover legs, that actually gives you less of a restriction on different terrain. So you do get like these terrain impediments for different sets. So tracked vehicles, and then you have legs, and then you also have hover, and there's also tires. And so some of the different mechanics that happen with different kinds of terrain are going to come into play there. So you have to think about that. So it's not just about speed and not just about weight capacity, but also there is a terrain aspect to the game, which is pretty freaking cool. Personally, I'm trying to build a really fast rogue-like robot, which is really cool because you can do that because in this game you do have devices as well. I'm working towards a stealth cloak, and I have to say, working towards these different items, it can be expensive if you're trying to customize a whole robot, but since you're building these piece by piece, it really does, I don't think it's going to take that long. It doesn't seem that expensive at all. But really, guys, enough about the customization. I think it rocks. How does it actually feel when we get into the arenas and we're fighting and everything? How is it? Okay, well, I'm glad you asked me. It doesn't feel as good as it could. It doesn't feel like Gears of War. It's no Halo, Call of Duty even. I mean, those are really good first-person shooters or third-person shooters. They just feel really visceral in your face, and there's just a lot of action going on, or at least there's a lot of possibility. In this game, that's why I'm relating it to World of Tanks, because it's really more slower paced, a lot more strategic, and it's all about teamwork, and then of course the customization, the strategy, number crunching, stuff like that. So when you actually get into the games, the maps, I have to say the maps are actually really interesting. They're silly, cute, small. There's a couple of really important mechanics about the maps. They're not just flat, but at the same time, they're not too crazy complicated either. And sometimes it's a little bit to a fault. I'm not going to say it's a great experience on its own. Really, I honestly think this game is being held up by its customization. And sure, the game is cel-shaded. It looks really cute. It is a cute game. It's fun. I definitely suggest it for younger audiences and older as well. But it just overall in gameplay depth mechanical depth, it's not really there. Like I said, it's no Gears of War. You don't have any cover system, no Ghost Recon, right? Like, you don't have any, like, the extreme amounts of devices or maneuverability options. No, you kind of just move, and then you're gated by energy. You expend energy by using your weapons, by running, by moving. And one thing that is really interesting, though, and this is kind of a more strategic aspect, it's not like really a mechanical thing, but different parts of your chassis, different parts of your, like, well, whatever, your whole robots, different parts of your robot can be destroyed. So your chest can be destroyed, and if that happens, your whole robot's destroyed. Your head can be destroyed, and if that happens, your controls actually are inverted, so that's interesting. Weapons can fall off, I think, and then you also have your tracks, or your legs, or whatever. Your bottom part can actually be destroyed, which will leave you immobile. So different parts can fall off and be destroyed, which I think is really cool, but then again, in terms of game feel, it's not really helping the player himself feel better. You don't really have too much that can go on that. You're going to have to get devices like stealth, thrusters. You're going to have to get different devices in order to have that cool game feel. It's not just going to come out of the box like Gears of War, being able to double tap, go into cover, stuff like that. No, you're not going to have that. It definitely doesn't feel like no Warframe. So overall, in terms of game feel, first impressions, it's not that kind of game. It's really more of a strategy game. Sure, you definitely have to aim, but a lot of the guns are actually really inaccurate. So it's very much, like I said, like World of Tanks. It's about pre-thought, going in with the different builds, different number crunching, especially in a team-oriented game. I don't really think it's going to be competitive, but who knows? I mean, this is the kind of game that's like, it's just silly enough to actually be competitive. So, I mean, we don't know. The customization and everything honestly seems really fair. I don't think this game is pay to win at all. If you guys think it is pay to win, I'm sure you're going to leave it in the comments below. Never fails, but please keep doing that because it lets us know. Anyways, the game feel, it's just really cool. I like the aesthetic of the game, and the customization is really sick. I'm a fan of Armored Core, and I am a fan of robots destroying each other. Absolutely. I don't know who really isn't. Are you? Really? Anyway, so I'm Skyline Shore with MMO Attack Gaming. Yes, I'm going to give this game a thumbs up. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think of the gameplay? And if you are playing the game right now, I definitely suggest that you do. What do you think of the game so far? Do you think it's going to have some longevity? Do you think it's going to die real soon? Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again later.